afternoon, folks. This is Crane on another episode of The Ordinary Show, the podcast. This is episode number 9, and today I'm going to talk about something very, very ordinary in the United States of America: the wood fence and the neighbor. If you live in the US and you have a wood fence, which probably 90% of the people do that doesn't live in apartments, it's a pain. It's a pain you know where. So let me start by saying that I'm from Mexico and I lived there over 30 years. And you already know that from watching my previous podcasts. So over there is concrete walls. I mean, we got a big concrete foundation holding on cinder block wall, concrete cinder block wall, 2 meters high, which is about 7 feet. And anyway, that nothing brings it down unless the foundation is bad and it starts leaning and it goes whoop. So difference between that and here, that would be very expensive here. So I guess America thinks, okay, it's easier just to put a little bit of concrete like this on a wood post, 4x4, which is actually 3.5 inches by 3.5 inches. I'm never gonna understand that. They call it a 4x4, and it's actually 3.5 inches by 3.5 inches. That can mess up your measurements, people. I'm used to measuring stuff with rulers. It says 1, 2, 3, 4. That's not 3.5, that's 4. But for some reason, on a 4x4 wood post, it's 3.5 by 3.5. Anyway, near here there. So you put that post in the ground, you make a hole probably this much bigger on each side, maybe 4 inches on each side, and you throw concrete in there, which is usually like a bag of sacred because it's a mix in a sack, and then you just add water and just go with like a piece of river, and that's it. So you do that every 6 feet or every 8 feet or something like that. You put a 2x4 on the top going like this, and a 2x4 like at the bottom going like this. Why? I don't know. It doesn't work very well, but anyway. So you do that, and then you put your 1x6. I don't know what's some kind of wood, 1x6, a half an inch thick, and it goes choo 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 choo, and then you have your fence. But you can kick it from the other side. It's nailed. It's not even screwed. It's nailed to the 2x4s. You can kick it strong, and you're gonna bring down a few slats. So what's this? It's not for protection. It's just for, okay, this is mine, that is yours, whatever. So anyway, so any big storm can bring it down. So I want to tell a story about me and my neighbor. 5 years ago, actually tomorrow to the date, 5 years ago, it was actually Friday the 13th of March. Today is the 12th. This is gonna air tomorrow, which is Thursday the 13th, which is 5 days later. And anyway, there was a storm coming, and it blew my fence down. It was an old fence. It was 10 years old. It's now 15, almost 16, 15 years old. So it blew it down. So at that time, it was during the pandemic. So there was no materials anywhere. Nothing anywhere. So I couldn't buy the 4x4s to do it again. I couldn't buy the 2x4s. I couldn't buy the pickets. Whoever had them, it was really expensive, and screw that. So I decided, okay, if I put wood again, and there's another big storm like a hurricane, or here in Houston area, that's very common. Every summer we have those. It's hurricane season. So from June 1st to November the 1st, something like that, is the hurricane season here in Houston. So I decided, you know what? I'm just going to put some steel post. It's like an omega, kind of like this. And you put it in concrete same way as the 4x4, but at least this won't break. If much, it will bend like whoop with the wind, but it won't fall down. So I had to special order those because nobody had them, of course, because of the pandemic. So it took about 4 weeks to get them. Once I got them, I didn't need any 2x4s. This is actually installed with 1x4, so there was some of those. So I bought all of that, and I bought the pickets 1x6 by half inch. So I built it up. I was doing the holes. My son was helping. My son was working out of Dallas, and because of the pandemic, they let him come back to Houston area, and he was staying at the house, rent free, and working from home, from my home. So he was here. He was helping me. I mean, I was working from home as well. So during the day, I would work in the computer, and then after 4:30, when I got off, I would go work on the fence, building the fence. So I was doing my fence. It was starting to get hot. It was probably around the end of April when I started replacing the fence, and I was doing that, and then of course most of the neighbors, the thing was gone also. So my neighbor to the right, if you're looking at my house from the front, is another Hispanic guy. And so I'm making the hole digger, the post digger, something like that. My son is helping, and we're trying to reach, I don't know what it was, maybe a foot or 18 inches, something like that, so we can put that the metal post in there, and then put the concrete, the sacred, and then, the water to make it hard. So here comes the neighbor walking behind the house because we're outside. Actually, my home, the back fence is right in the high school parking lot. I got great access to the tennis courts. I put a gate in there for my kids to go through to go to high school instead of, can I get the car and drive around? No, you're gonna walk to it. If you want a car for the weekend, you can borrow it, but it's not yours. So anyway, near here or there, here comes the neighbor and he's like, "Hey, how much do you charge me for fixing my fence? My fence is also down, see?" And I'm like, "Do you know who I am?" "I don't know. Can you give me your card so I can get your car and you give me a quote for fixing the fence?" I'm like, "Well, I'm your neighbor, way. Way, by way I means it's like in Mexico. Come that way. What's up, dude? Way means dude. I say, I'm your neighbor, pendejo. Pendejo es otra cosa, but it's another thing. But the fact he's been here for 10 years now, he's been here for 5 years then. He didn't even know me. I know who he was. He didn't know who I was. Just because he saw me working, he thought, oh, he's another Hispanic worker. Hey, wait, I'm whitey. See? I'm Hispanic, but my dad and my grandparents came from Italy and Spain, so I got a little bit of white. My dad used to have blue eyes, like the Caribbean blue eyes. Anyway, so I said, I don't respect you for if you don't even know who I am and you want me to fix your fence. I said, get you somebody else. Do it yourself, fucking huevon. You know what huevon means? Lazy motherfucker. Motherfucker. So anyway, so that happened, and so I finished my fence. He never fixed his. Yeah, I mean, somebody came and bring it back. He was able to kind of nail it down. He didn't want to spend no money. He's cheap. So anyway, fixed mine. This is 5 years ago. We had hurricane whatever came last year in July. Actually, that hurricane, I don't remember the name, but it came right through my house. Was in the eye of the hurricane. It was like, and then, oh, it's done. No, it's not. You're in the hurricane. Again. So anyway, I was looking at my fence. So next morning, all the fences gone. Except one. You wanna guess which one? Mine, baby. Because I invested in steel post. It wasn't that much more expensive than a 4x4, maybe twice, but you only need so many. So it's only that. Plus the other wood was around the same price. So I spent just a little bit more on the steel post. The thing is still up. And it's a little bent like this, but hey, it's still up. And good. Everybody else had to redo a brand new fence except me. Because smarty pants. Motherfucker smart. Yeah, motherfucker brains. Anyway, so that happened with that neighbor. So that same neighbor. Right in the corner, like at the back of my property, in his property, right at the corner, you know how they make both of us work. You got one side of the fence and one side of the fence because they put the pickets on this side is yours, the pickets on that side is yours. So every section is one and one. Well, there's a section that's his, and he never fixed it. Never. There were pickets missing. My dog would go over and back, and his dog would come over. I said, you know what? I put some. I had some 1x4s left over. I put 1x4s like this to cover. He's been in this house for 10 years. That's been there for like 9 years. Still to this date, still there. He won't fix it. Why? It's his fucking fence. Excuse the French. But god damn it, man, it's just I don't like that neighbor. So recently, with that, when the fence came down from the hurricane, he just fixed it. He just finished yesterday. That was back in July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March. Took him 8 months to fix it. He got a couple of quotes or something. He never gave it to nobody. He started doing by himself. So I guess he's cheap, like I said. Not like me. I like doing work. I have a bunch of tools. I do woodwork. I do electrical. I do plumbing. I do sheetrock. I do everything. I weld. I did my own outdoor kitchen. I welded everything that goes on the actual grill. I have metal angle and stuff. Anyway, he just finished his thing. And do you think actually the fence he replaced went up to the corner, and it was just to do one more section to fix that corner? Did he do it? No. Why? He's waiting for me to do it, I guess. I have no idea. He's got a couple of dogs. I cannot take whatever put I put. It's already coming off. I'm gonna have to repair again for my dog's sake. So anyway, okay. That was that. So fence and the neighbor. Uh, anyway, the other neighbor I also don't like. I don't I don't know where he's from, but I don't like him. And it's the same thing. The fence, he was good. He did all his fence, but what he did, and I think that's illegal. He raised his dirt on the backyard, and it's 6 inches over mine right now. And guess what? All his water goes into the aisle on my house on this side, and it's always wet. That's gonna mess with my foundation, I believe. I mean, any of you guys have an experience with this? I took some pictures. I'm gonna go to the city and say, hey, I think I remember seeing on the scriptures for the house when we bought that you cannot do that. You cannot add your water is gonna go out your property on each aisle of your house and into the street and the storm sewer there, not to your neighbor. So it's about 6 inches. All that water is coming to my property. Anyway, yeah, I don't really like my neighbors, but anyway, like I said, doing wood fence is cheaper than doing a concrete one like we do in Mexico. But the hurricane will take it away. Some like strong storms will take it down. So you gotta be ready to repair. I mean, it's easy to repair. I mean, I always have a bunch of. I got probably like 30 wood pickets out there on the other side of the house. If one starts falling off and is rotting, I just replace it, and I don't screw it back. I don't nail them back. I actually screw them so they last longer. I also have some 2x4s and I have all kinds of repair things. I repair my gates. I have new hardware. When I got Daisy, which is the new dog here in the house, she's been with us for about since December. So it's about three and a half months. She's about to turn 7 months. Tomorrow, actually, because she's from August the 13th. So anyway, that happened. So uh, during the pandemic, I mean, it was just hard getting stuff done because nobody could be out of the house. Nobody could go places. You gotta wear that freaking mask thing, which I have. I think I have it hanging. So yeah, it's hanging over there by this hat. You can see it if I get out of the way. See, there's the red hat. That's my trucker hat from motherfucker. There's the pandemic mask. So anyway, you can get a close up on that if you wanna take a whatever. So anyway, uh, what else do I have for this? I think that's it. I was just wanting to compare the ordinary stuff that we go through as living in here in the United States. If you own a house, or if you rent a house, actually if you own a house, your fence is wood. Like I said, I was used to concrete block. That's the same reason which I when I did my exterior kitchen, my outdoor kitchen. A lot of people use like a treated wood for the frame, and then just put like a little stucco in there with like that durag, which is the sheetrock, which is actually not sheetrock, it's concrete. It's a concrete sheet, and you put that outside. But I said no, I'm gonna do mine. And said, well, you can do metal. No, I'm not gonna do metal. So I'm gonna do mine the good old Mexican way. I built it out of concrete and concrete cinder block walls, and I poured my slab for my grill, and I put refractory brick in there. That's gonna last forever. This house framing is wood. This is gonna go, and the kitchen is gonna still stand after all of this. So anyway, I just wanted to tell you that story. And anyway, remember, folks, this ordinary show is brought to you by Motherfucker. Motherfucker, which should be appearing right here. The logo's right here. So Motherfucker, So the seal means foca. Foca means seal in Spanish. The seals go to their daily activities. They go through life on their regular day, eating, sleeping, playing in the water, doing dirty things too. And that's a great life. Talk about a great life. That's what I say. Live in seal mode. Live in mode fucker. And the jingle, motherfucker. So anyway, you can go to our website, crane-production.com. That's gonna be right here at the bottom. It's going to show right here at the bottom the address for our website, www.crane-production.com. In there, go to the third tab from the left. It's the Craneware tab. Click on that. Go to the bottom of the page. Past the Motherfucker logo. I know it's hard because you gotta just admire that thing. It's beautiful. Just go past, be strong, go past it. And at the bottom, just past the Shopify logo, we have a big banner like right here, which has the Motherfucker logo in the middle, and a bunch of pictures of us wearing our apparel with shirts, hoodies, tank tops, you name it, and the hats as well. So go in there, buy your apparel, support our mission, which our mission is to be chingon, way. Anyway, do that, and remember, you can watch this podcast on YouTube and Spotify. You can listen to it in YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcast, iHeartRadio, and Amazon Music. All of those services. I put my video on Spotify, and the RSS file goes through all those services. I gotta put the YouTube video actually into YouTube, which I do every day when we do this, and so you can watch it also, because I'm very visual. And this is meant to be visual and watch on a video setting, but you can also just listen to it, and I'll try to explain it to the best of my ability what we're doing and what we're showing. We're showing on the screen for those of you just listening to it. So anyway, remember, go to our website, buy our apparel, and wear the brand with attitude. Wear Motherfucker. Motherfucker! Thank you for listening and watching, and we'll see you here tomorrow. Remember, this is Monday through Friday. Saturday and Sunday I gotta rest, but basically I'm working on the shirts or on the editing on the videos and all that. So thank you for watching, and see you here tomorrow. Remember, live an ordinary life with extraordinary results, and be chingon. Cue the music. Do 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 do.